Hello everyone and welcome to the 12th of May, or the third turn. Apologies for last turn. I think I screwed up my audio file, so there was nothing there. But oh bummer, that's not great because that really diminishes the effect of the Luftwaffe. Bit of rain. Dutch losses are 10% already, that was quick. Okay, let's have a look at the history. And we'll just play through it, the whole thing with commentary. So as you can see, this is me doing the 18th Army, shifting everything forward, charging madly, and wondering where the French are in all this wonderful defensive terrain. Not much surprising in here, really. As you can see, well, you can't actually see most of the French positions at this point. And I sent some fighters in. And you see the armoured train charging bravely ahead. I'm not really sure if it's the best thing to do with armoured trains, but I don't really think there's much of a use case for them anyway. Right, more of the mobile units of 18th. As you can see, shoots some artillery off. The Panzers charge forward, and there's definitely German troops around there somewhere. Oh, sorry, French troops. I'm not sure why they're not appearing in the replay so well, because there's definitely, you can definitely see them. Some more scouting, and then I start hitting the French in a big way. So that's a bunch of lost armoured cars. I'm pretty sure those 152Cs are armoured cars, and a few AT guns in exchange for a handful of fighters. The SS mobile unit charges forward. There's a bunch of French armoured cars basically come here to blow bridges and be a pain in the ass. And we put another airstrike in on this very overstacked concentration of French troops. As you can see, we do an absolute number on the heavy artillery, the army level artillery they have there, and kill a fair few Curtiss P-36 fighters, which are American. Not sure how many of them the French were fielding, to be honest, but apparently some. This is me again, 6th Army in the north. Well, rather the center of the line, really. Just clearing out these guys, these Belgian infantry in Liege. It was more expensive than I hoped. I didn't anticipate losing so many troops on that attack. But we did it, and city fighting is horrible, no one's surprised there. Similar sort of thing, we charge ahead with all our mobile troops, and the rest of the infantry kind of try and separate themselves from 4th Army and Panzer Group Kleist. As you can see, still no real Belgian resistance. It's all very light. Not much to say here. Everyone's just marching forward as fast as they can. We do surround and wipe out those that small amount of Belgians, but nothing significant. Some sort of thing, just more infantry moving down from the north. It's a bit annoying that they show them individually, where I'm moving these guys as whole divisional units, so the actual replay takes longer than the movement does. And yeah, unsurprisingly, the Panzers go charging here. There's actually a reasonable amount of Belgian units just trying to form a line along that river. As you can see, I start hitting them with the aircraft and try and give them some support there. And the last few panzers push forward. Mobile units cross the river and then kind of run into a spot of trouble because there's a whole Belgian mobile division, which is I think one of their strongest units. There's like one here, one here, one here. So the 20th Regiment mobile could be in trouble. Right, so this is 4th Army. They go after me. As you can see, they're just crossing rivers, trying to get engineers in place, pushing them out, and not really using his panzers like he should be, to be honest. I think panzers are probably not the best choice for fighting here. But if it works, it works. Let's see, there's 2 different panzer divisions in that group. Ouch, that was more expensive than I would have thought it should be. But yeah, we're definitely over the line, and the Dutch are battered, so they're going to be overrun before they can retreat over that next river line. Here we got BB Joey, and this is 12th Army. I always forget which one he commands, as well as Panzer Group Kleist. But I think this is 12th Army. I have handed over a few aircraft to him, so he can scout and use them for tactical support. Same thing, he's trying to advance his infantry as fast as he can. It's good we've taken all these bridges intact. It speeds our advance up a fair bit. But yeah, there's still a massive stacking thing of German troops here. There's quite a lot. I do hope he manages to take this city here. If not, it will be quite annoying because oh, there goes Panzer Group Kleist. These invincible Belgian engineers, that's quite funny. He did mention in the chat that he had flubbed a few attacks, and I guess that is what has happened here. Engineers caught in the open by artillery, they just don't have a chance. Yes, he manages to cut that city off and is going straight for what's presumably the first line of real Belgian resistance by Leuven. As you can see, they're already starting to blow bridges and just make life as difficult for us as possible. He's going a bit more northern than I'd hoped, but because of the slowness here, we are probably going to be thankful for that. But yeah, we're moving at a decent pace so far, largely because we haven't run into any real resistance. We'll have to see what happens when we do. I think it'll be quite a mess. Those engineers are really resisting, aren't they? And finally we're on to 16th Army in the north. Same thing, they're not really facing serious resistance yet, except around here. And the Dutch are giving better than I expected, to be honest. Okay, the French response in the south, it looks like they went for the ballsy move and cut off those 2 mobile regiments I had. Everyone else runs away. Looks like there's quite a lot of something. Oh, French. Lots of... Oh. Okay, so those GBC armoured units are the strongest units that the French army has. We are... Ooh, that could have been bad if they'd managed to push them back and make them surrender. But it looks like they'd failed, so we're okay for now. And the Netherlands doing what they can, not much except losing a few aircraft. Cool, let's have a look at the whole map. In the north, the Dutch are skirmishing, but it looks like they've established a line here and potentially along this line here. We've probably got too much force going for them. I'm going to have to ask that these guys divert south as fast as soon as possible. And who is in charge of this? 6th Army. Right, that's me. Down here we have Belgian mobile units, and there's a whole lot of French armored units turning up around Namur, which is good and bad. Good in that we have eyes on the strongest French units and we can move to engage them. Bad in that my guys are a bit overstretched there, and it'll be some time before the infantry catch up. In the forests, not really a lot of surprises. We can probably surround and eliminate this cavalry regiment, which is nice. Looking down here, there's a fairly significant French resistance. Looks like 2 divisions in, more of them over here, which they haven't dispersed. That's odd. I'm going to absolutely punish them this turn with aircraft because they haven't dispersed at all. Very odd. Now these guys, I'm just going to make sure they're correctly assigned. They are. All is well then. And I will move up the various headquarter units. OKH can come up to completely unpronounceable city. I am not going to try. We can reshuffle. Increase the unit's experience by 10 points doesn't work on our units. Oh, okay, that's good. I'll find a mobile division to do it to. Fifth Panzer is in the spearhead, so let's play it on fifth Panzer and check that there are no cards. It would be nice for them to be pulling out some cards, but no, they're not. It's only there's only a 10% chance per turn, which is quite low actually. Right, I'm going to go on to the next turn, which is the 18th now. After quickly checking, I do not want to deploy the Flieger division yet. I think I may drop them behind the lines here at some point soon, because once we identify all those French units, it would be wonderful to isolate and destroy a chunk of their armor. Right, I'm going to go play through the turn now, and I'll get back to you at the end of it. Okay, as you can see, this is the end of the turn for 6th Army. We've battered in here in a bit, and the 1st Belgian Mobile and their motorcycle, well actually cyclist, not bicycle rather than motorcycle, are engaging us. There's French tanks in here, but we've thrown a bit of a loose loop around them and cut them off from retreating over the river here. They still can fall back, but I'm hoping that we can get an encirclement around this section here next turn, but we shall have to see. I'm going to ask Panzer Group Kleist to divert south a bit. Overall, nothing too surprising there. If we go down to the south, we haven't had much progress basically they're refusing to defend in open terrain where we have an advantage, which is clever of them. And the rain stopped us from flying this turn, so I wasn't able to actually advance much. We did, however, surround the cavalry regiment here, and they're probably pretty screwed. Overall, not much else to see. We are going to be pushing up, and yeah, hopefully we get some assistance here from some of these panzers. I was kind of imagining them diverting south here rather than going straight for Leuven and the river line. Yeah, as you can see, still most of the French army is invisible. Belgian as well. Overall, fairly quiet turn, so nothing much here, and I'll see everyone next time.